cause I'm back again. I'm
like button, fool.
What's up, everybody? It's your guy, Swin. Welcome to the library. In the library are the books, and inside the books are the stories. My stories. Story time with T. And as always, man, you got to start out with a ceremonial sip. If life has got you twisted, or you want to get twisted with Twisted Tea, Sweet Tea Whiskey. Always good. Perfect. Let's get into the story, man. Greyhound girlfriend. So your guy was in San Diego, California. And I hadn't seen my folks since I had left off the boot camp and enlisted in the Navy. So it cost too much to fly. We didn't get paid that much money in the Navy, especially starting off. And so I said, man, I'm gonna catch the Greyhound. It'll be an adventure. So I bought me a Greyhound ticket and I caught the Greyhound from San Diego, California, down to Houston, Texas. So I get on the bus, and when I'm there, I'm already seated on the bus. I got my green, we call it a sea bag. So it's a green military bag, you know. And I got it sitting with me. I sit in my seat on the Greyhound. I put my bag next to me in the seat. People start getting on. The bus is crowded. This young lady gets on. She's like the last person to get on. And she's wearing Air Force sweats. So obviously she's in the Air Force. All right. She's a very attractive girl, very pretty. Look like a young Mariah Carey, but more curvier. So she's walking down the aisle. She's trying to look for somewhere to seats. All the seats are occupied. There's some people sitting by themselves. And so she walks up, and there's one young lady. She's sitting by herself. She look at it. She roll her eyes, you know, and then scooted over and said, "Nah, you can't sit here." She walks up to another young lady. Same thing. The lady rolls her eyes at her and said, "Nah, you can't sit here." I take my bag and I put it between my legs. I said, "Hey, you can sit with me." So she said, "Thank you." So she sits down with me. The ride starts. We start traveling out of California. We start talking. She tells me she was in the Air Force and she didn't want to be there no more, so she was running away going home. You know, I'm like, wow. It's no wonder she just got sweats on. She ain't got no luggage with her. All right. So she's, you know, she asking me questions. I say, hey, I'm in the Navy. I'm on my way headed home to Houston to go see my folks. I haven't seen my folks since I enlisted. And it was around Christmas time that year. And so, man, we talking on the ride. She tells me more about herself. She says that, you know, she lives in Miami. She's from Miami, Florida. She has some pictures on her, so she pulls out some pictures. And there's pictures of her parents. And her dad, man, he wearing suits. They're wearing really nice clothes. They like at all these events. And, you know, wearing really nice evening gowns. And her mom was like Asian. She was a dark-skinned Asian woman. And her dad, he appeared to be Italian. If I'm not mistaken, he was Italian. But her dad was like some kind of bigwig, like a politician or something. Her folks had money. Her folks was rich. She had a picture of their house. She had pictures of them at different events. And she was telling me, she's like, yeah, my parents are set, but they don't pay no attention to me. My dad's always busy. My mom's a trophy wife. And she spends all her time shopping. She don't really spend no time with me. She said, yeah, we got money and stuff, but they not really parents to me. And she showed me a picture of their house. They had this big old house, a mansion. Had the water fountain in the driveway, you know, the U-shaped driveway. And I'm like, dang, they got it. You know, the trip goes on, man. She started asking me more questions about me. She asked me if I had a girlfriend. And I was like, at the time I didn't. I was like, nah. She's like, why you ain't got no girlfriend? I was like, I don't know. So as the ride goes on and we going through all these states and these towns, you know, she gets sleepy. She asked me, can she lay her head on my shoulder? I said, cool, yeah. So she lay her head on my shoulder. We making stops at the bus stop, you know, switching buses and stuff. She right next to me. She's standing right next to me. You know, I'm still a big kid. I'm 19, man. I'm playing Street Fighter at the bus stop. She got her arms around my arm while I'm playing the game. You know, the same two chicks that was on the bus that wouldn't let her sit down, they just rolling their eyes at me now too. And so she was like, hey, we get back on the bus and she's like, hey, why don't you come to Miami with me? I'm like, man, I ain't seen my folks since I left for the military. At this time, man, cell phones wasn't a big thing. If you had a cell phone, you was rich, celebrity or something. People use phone calls around this time. So I had already, the phone call I had used the rest of the minutes up telling my folks when I was gonna be there at the bus station and to meet me there. So I was like, nah, man, I can't go to Miami. My folks gonna be waiting for me at the bus station. I already told them I'm gonna be there at this certain date and this time. She's like, well, think it over. I'd really like to come to Miami with me. I'm thinking to myself, like, shoot, those folks paid, man. I'll be straight. I'll be taken care of. It's not like I'm a bad guy. I'm doing something with myself. And she attracted girl. It might be an adventure. So on that same bus, man, one of my buddies, man, from Beaumont, Texas, he was on there with me riding back to Beaumont for Christmas. And so he winded up meeting his wife on the bus. He met a chick, she was from Fresno. They hit it off. And shoot, they had some sexual activity on the back of the bus. And he later on married her. And I was like, man, I caught up with him. I was like, bro, how you doing? And he said, yeah, man, remember that girl I met on? Yeah, we got married. I said, all right, man, more power to you. But anyway, man, the bus makes it to Houston. We get to Houston, and she has to change buses in Houston. So she waiting with me for my folks to show up at the bus station. She's sitting there with me, and the girl tells me, she said, hey, I want to meet your parents. I'm thinking to myself, man, you barely even know me. We only met on the bus. What you talking about you want to meet my parents? So I was like, all right, cool. So we sitting in the lobby of the Greyhound station downtown Houston. And my folks walk in, I stand up. Old girl jumps up, man, and she grabs my arm and she leans on me. And my folks, we make eye contact and they walk over. I start walking toward them and I stop. And my dad looking like, and I tell him my name. And my mama looking like, what the hell going on here? And so I introduced her, she introduced herself. And I tell her, goodbye. And, I'm leaving with my folks. And she say bye to me. And we exchanged information, man. She gave me a phone number and an address to where she at in Florida. But as we walking out, I'm looking back, and she's standing there crying. She's crying in the middle of the Greyhound station. Like, we've been knowing each other for forever. And like I'm her boyfriend leaving to go off to war or something, And she stood there until I went through the doors and was crying in the middle of the Greyhound station. I went home with my folks, and I think I lost her contact information, man. I never contacted her again. But yeah, man, that's story time with T, man. Greyhound girlfriend. And, yeah. Tune in, man, for more story time with T. She got T Swin. I'm out. Peace. Hey, it's me again. You got T Swin with Storytime with T. You can listen to Storytime with T on Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Overcast, Pocket Cast. Support the show. Listen on the go anywhere. While you work out at the job, it's your guy T Swin, Storytime with T. Check it out, y'all. Support. Peace.
They say only the strong survive. But shit, I'm still here. Look, another day, another dollar for me to stack. Look, it ain't where you from, homeboy, it's by where you at. No, I'm not looking back.